court's in session. We have a following case where we're going to judge this person guilty, not guilty, or perhaps insufficient evidence for either case. So let's take a look at what we have. Ursa support. Wow. Now, first of all, his team has 4 cores and a techies. Not ideal. There is a small chance that the team has agreed that this would be their lineup. That they were agreeing that, hey, I'm gonna play Ursa. I'm gonna be 4. I'm gonna make it work. Small chance. But is Ursa reported for feeding? Also, we gotta keep in mind that this Ursa is only reported at minute 26. The didn't play role reports, they don't come on the Overwatch cases. So we don't judge it based on that. We can take it into consideration if there's other supporting evidence. But mostly we are looking at what this Ursa is going to do in the game at this point where he's been reported at minute 26 for griefing. Sorry, for feeding. He is going for Roshan at level 13. I think that is kind of respectable. I'm okay with him doing that. Techies is preparing for a high ground defense. Storm is dead. Wait 1 second. Whoa. That's a silencer courier, but the courier doesn't get vision in the Roche pit, so he wouldn't see it. Unless Ursa kills it. Unless Ursa kills this courier, they won't know that it's doing Roshan yet. This silencer is doing really good, by the way. It's 11, 2, and 6. Ursa at 0-3-3. Techies is doing okay. I mean, the team is not necessarily doing bad. They're getting behind, of course, but it's not disastrous. Oh, Spirit Breaker. He saw it. Oh, and he can't get it. Did he get it? Who gets it? Did he get it? Yeah, he got it. And he dies. He loses it. I think he's gonna die all the way. He's trying to click further, but hey, there's no... Like, he was trying to blink out. Couldn't do it. I don't consider that feeding, though. I mean, that was him trying to go for Roche. This is role queue game. Yeah, he did queue for a role queue game. But again, if you play a role queue ranked game and you do not play your selected role, that's a different report button. We, as Overwatch case judges, don't actually get to see those cases. That's like a different system or whatever. What we are judging is if this Ursa is intentionally trying to ruin the game. We don't know what they have agreed. We don't know what this team has agreed on. Maybe he went to the lane together with the CK and is like, hey CK, are you okay if I just build Blink Bash your phase? And they're trying to fight back. Global Silence coming out. They almost got the silencer. They were so close to getting the silencer. They will get the silencer in the end. But this time it's too late. Storm needs to buy back for this. There is another big report for the Ursa, of course. It's that's the marker we're in now. It's a very long marker. He's dead still for a very long time. We're gonna watch this high ground defense though. Cheese is eaten by the Luna. That's courtesy of the Ursa, of course. But at least she doesn't have an Aegis. Could be worse. And do they take the entire lane of racks? I mean, it's with the Luna. Of course they do. How do I even consider that they wouldn't, right? Storm going in once again, jumping on the Luna. The silence coming out. Techie's trying to do what he can, but they just die. Ursa's back alive in a second. Yeah, this Luna is pretty fat. The high ground defense, people are still trying. This Ursa? Still kind of trying. He's got a cool set too. I'm about to make I think I have to make a stance. Take a stance. On whether or not I let him not playing his selected role have an impact. He is going in here. He's got shackled though. No, but I can't judge whether or not the team has made an agreement that he would indeed play Ursa position 4. We can't judge that. Right? Maybe he, in the drafting screen, said something along the lines, hey guys, I'm your position 4. And I got this thing that has worked in my pubs before, where I'm playing Ursa. And I just go for a phase blink basher. But it does mean that you have a CK Ursa lane against a Luna. You get a fat Luna as a result of that. So I think that that decision for him to go support Ursa did cost them the game. Sure for the Cubs, but I can't. I like your FE artwork, by the way. If you're the same for the Cubs, but we don't have the chat. We don't know if there was a decision made, if there was like a agreement made that this Ursa would play Ursa. Right? He is not supporting. True. And if I was in that game and I didn't know this Ursa, I would say griefing. But because we don't have the chat, I would say insufficient evidence. That's a good one, chat. Because we don't know the story here. We don't know the story of how he got to be support Ursa. Was it indeed a BM decision? Could very well be. And to be fair, that's where I'm leaning towards. But we don't know for sure. And do we really want to send someone to Dota prison when he got reported twice only? 2 markers, twice only. And he did not get reported on the lane. But there's only two reports. Because I do think like the report is an indication that there was no agreement made by the whole team. But why then only report him at minute 26? Right? But yeah, we have to keep in mind that if I report this Ursa guilty from this point onwards, I'll probably have to make people be guilty if they don't play their role as I see it. And that's a slippery slope. I think insufficient evidence. I think this might be insufficient evidence. Because we don't know what was agreed. We don't know what happened before minute 26 because the replay starts at minute 25. We don't know what happened during the laning stage or how he did or did not support his team. Probably not, but, you know, we don't know. So I'm going for insufficient evidence on this one. We have reached a verdict. This Ursa could very well be guilty. To be fair, I'm leaning that way. If I was only to choose, if I only had 2 options, guilty or not guilty, I probably would lean guilty. But because we don't know what happened for the first 25 minutes of the game, and we don't know what happened in the chat and who agrees or disagrees on this build, I cannot rule guilty because we just don't know. There's so much we do not know. So insufficient evidence is my ruling. There you go. This Ursa will avoid Dota prison for now, depending on what other people that get the same case rule, because that is, of course, how Overwatch cases work. It's not just me deciding. There's a bunch of people getting the same cases, and then see if there's an agreement or a majority for the rulings that are given. But this Ursa, insufficient evidence on this one, so make sure to like, subscribe, and do all the YouTube things, and let me know what you thought about this Ursa case, because this is a tough one. It definitely was a tough one, but for now, that was it for this case. We'll see you on the next one.